Welcome back to Spiritual Bong Water. I'm your host. And today, man, the air just feels different. Have you ever realized that your soul has a terms and conditions page, but you've just been letting everyone click accept without actually reading the rules? Like, we're talking about starting over, not move into a new city, change your name kind of thought. But like, hey, if that's your journey, Godspeed. But the internal reboot. We're rebuilding fences today, guys. Not the kind of with barbed wire, but the kind made of pure cosmic no thank you. Being a people pleaser is basically just being a spiritual doormat with a nice coat of paint. I used to think being chill meant letting people walk all over my peace of mind. I thought, I'm a chill stoner, I go with the flow. But listen, even the mightiest rivers have banks. Without banks, a river is just a flood that ruins everybody's basement. If you don't have boundaries, you aren't flowing. You're just leaking energy. We let people walk on us because we're afraid that if we say no, we'll lose our spot in the constellation. But newsflash, the stars don't ask for permission to shine, and they definitely don't apologize for being light years away from the people who drain them. So, how do we start over? It starts with a humble reset. Humility isn't thinking less of yourself. It's realizing you're a small part of a massive, beautiful machine. And if your part is broken because you're exhausted, the whole machine just glitches. We're going to talk about a boundary toolkit. The maybe. If it isn't hell yes, it is, I need to sit with my crystals, cat, and bong and think about it. The ghosting of bad vibes. You don't owe an explanation to a black hole. It sucks light. That's its job. Your job is to stay luminous. The clean slate. Starting over means forgiving yourself for the times you let people treat you like a discount rug. That version of you was just trying to survive. Give that version of you a high five and tell them they are relieved of duty. So, how do you say no? Without seeming like an asshole all the time is the question when it comes down to this. So we've established, don't be a doormat. You're a temple. But how do you actually tell someone to take their shoes off before they walk into your spirit? It's awkward. It feels like you're breaking some unwritten law of being cool. But here's the cosmic truth. Clear is kind. Being vague is just a slow motion car crash. Here is how we build a fence with humility and a little bit of stoner logic. When someone asks you for a favor that makes your stomach do a backflip or you just don't have it in you. Hey man, I'd love to help, but my internal battery is at 2% and I don't have a fast charger. I need me time. Or, it's humble, but it's clear. The vibe is you're admitting you have limitations, and that's okay. That is completely acceptable as a human being. People who walk on others love a quick yes. They thrive on your instant hit of compliance. And for them, it makes their fucking day. Hold on. You can tell people, let me see how that sits with my fucking spirit. I don't know if I can do that. There are people who just take these answers that you'll give them and they're energy vampires. And so when you're starting over, you have to realize no is a complete sentence. It doesn't need a paragraph and excuse attached to it. You can tell people no in nice ways, though. I've realized that for my own peace of mind, I can't engage with that kind of energy anymore. I'm moving in a different direction now, and I hope you can respect that space. And this is setting your fucking requirements for your company. Sometimes the people who are walking on you are people you actually love, and that's the hardest part of starting over. You have to retrain them how you handle things. Like, look, I know I always used to be down for whatever, but, I was actually drowning in silence. I'm learning to be honest about my needs. I'm still me, just with a better operating system. Like, your vibe is not, people are not just welcome to your vibe. You don't have to just give your energy to people. You know? And you got to transition. Like, it's not something that happens overnight. It's not a healing process that just is, you know, like, we say this and we love this. It's, you know, it's healing is a journey, not a destination. If you're always just worried about the end, you're missing everything in the middle, you know? Building fences doesn't make you a hermit. It makes the garden inside the fence better. And when you stop letting people stomp on your grass and your flowers and, you know, pick your veggies and fruits, you have a better chance to do better. Like, I don't know. You can close your eyes and visualize your energy and imagine just like putting a gate around it or a fence or a velvet rope, whatever the fuck you need. Because in the end, dude, you are the only one who is responsible for your vibe and your energy being drained by other people. You can't just give people their way so that, you know, they'll be happy, just be compliant so that things will be peaceful. Like, you have to shake things up sometimes and make people uncomfortable and set your limits. Like, you can't just let people control you so that you have an easier time, you know? You're not on anyone else's path. You're on your own. You can still be humble and kind and tell people, like, you can't sit with us. You know? You stay lifted, you stay bounded, and remember, the universe is infinite, but your time in this body is limited. Like, don't spend it being a footstool. You can't just do what other people want. And you can't give everyone access to your energy. There has to be rules and requirement. You set the tone for how other people love and respect you by the way that you love and respect yourself. And honestly, I've learned the hard way too many times that giving up pieces of yourself for other people just leaves you empty when they're gone. We aren't here on this earth to make everyone happy. We aren't here on this earth to give up our happiness for other people. We're here to do what we're destined for and to take no shit along the way. You know? Sorry it's taken so long to get a new episode out. I've just been going through a lot personally. And it's made it very hard to have the motivation or energy to do the podcast or pretty much anything else. But you know, I'm bouncing back one day at a time, one step. Life gives you challenges, and everything that you go through just forges you into the cosmic radiant being you're supposed to be, and it gives you knowledge and strength to move forward from that point. So, guys, always remember, you are so much more than you believe you are. You have been made to feel small so that you can't rise and shine and reach your full potential. And you can't let people do that. Alrighty, guys. Well, until next time, it's your host, Cass. And I'm thinking next episode we're going to have a guest. So that'll be exciting and fun. We love doing guests on the podcast. Everybody have a beautiful day. Stay elevated. Stay calm. And shine bright.